Freestyle chess versus FIDE. We all thought that the war between FIDE and FCPC might have died down, right? But actually, there is another major development that is going on. And it looks as if the war will not be fought out in the open, it will be a guerrilla warfare. Because according to a statement that FCPC has released, and it's been carried by a lot of media outlets, there is a massive development in FCPC. And because of that now, the latest statement is saying Gukesh and 12 other players agree to form an independent players association with a qualified legal team to represent their interests. Now, what has happened? The current standoff between FIDE and FCPC was over one thing: the use of the term World Championship. FIDE adamantly stated that we are the only sole bringers of the World Championship, so it will be FIDE World Championship. Freestyle chess has no ground to stand on, that is why you cannot use the World Championships. Lot of tactics were employed. The communication, which even FIDE head Arkady Dvorkovich has also stated, that it was not clear. Now, in order to avoid a repetition of that, the report is stating that Gukesh and 12 other players have agreed to form an independent players association. Now, out of all the guys who are there, Gukesh is in both FIDE and FCPC. He's gone to the FCPC tournament in Weissenhaus, and there he's battling for the 5th spot. Out of all this now, this new development is to ensure that there is no further miscommunication. Now, what is this independent body and this legal association going to do? The whole conflict died down for the moment because FCPC stated, no, we are not going to use the World Championship. They backed down and FIDE got away with it. Now, they themselves have admitted, FCPC, that we have agreed to temporarily avoid using word to counter FIDE's unfounded claims of ownership over such word. FCPC have always maintained that their events are GOAT Challenge or Grand Slam. Now, there is no freestyle chess world championships, although many players are stating that freestyle chess is the future. And Fischer, who experimented with random chess for a long time, he should actually be credited for ensuring that he's the pioneer of something new. And that has caused so much divisions 50 years later. So, this is now, legal means are now being employed by FCPC so that FIDE cannot do the same tactic like they did in the World Championship bit. But this is a statement that Jan-Henrik Beutner has now given, and this is going to intensify the battle. He clearly mentioned the players, some of them who are still teenagers, for example, Gukesh, Vincent Keimer, USA, Javokir Sindarov, all of them are not even past 20. They now will be represented by legal counsel, were notified by FIDE's legal director, and were given no chance for legal counsel to review the demand. We strongly oppose FIDE's coercive tactics, which pressurize players to forego their right to choose which events to play. Now, this has taken a new twist because Jan-Henrik Beutner has stated, who's the FCPC owner, he stated FIDE used coercion tactics. You remember this particular date of February 3? February 3 was the period in which the players had to make a choice. Sign the document. If you go with FCPC, you are not going to have a FIDE World Championship for 2 years. You will not be eligible in that cycle. But then FCPC dropped that label. And because of that, the moment was stalled because FCPC realized that players' interests will be compromised. Now, FCPC have laid the ground that, okay, this is the independent body. They are getting the legal counsel, and now they are ready to tackle FIDE head on. So, what role will Gukesh and the others do in this particular situation? That remains to be seen now. Is FCPC slowly eating away at the classical base of FIDE that's there? FCPC have been adamant. We are not against classical chess. We are not going to demean classical chess. I mean, if you look at the contests that have happened in Weissenhaus, they are very, very thrilling. Forget the rapid. Look at the classical games in the quarterfinals that's happened. And even in the semifinals. They are actually enthralling chess. Maybe FIDE needs to look at changing their approach. Maybe will there be a compromise? But if Magnus Carlsen's already there is no chance of a compromise. It will be either winner takes it all or the loser loses it all. That is the way we are looking at this current situation. So, FIDE versus FCPC, perhaps it is going to intensify now. The war, the battle may have stopped at this point, but maybe it is the start of a new guerrilla war between these two entities. And perhaps your world chess champion might be caught in that. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.